Thank you, Senator. The topic of social capital is an important one, especially when it is used to build communities up. And I worry, though, that this conversation can be used to blame disadvantaged communities for not already being successful. It's easy to generalize about people and communities, but I believe we must resist doing that. Because otherwise Congress, instead of building communities up, risks institutionalizing stereotypes and discrimination. It is offensive and frankly not constructive to blame communities for the challenges that they face today. Blame is no substitute for a strong economic foundation and smart investments in our children and our workers. Social networks help, but investments in individuals and communities are key to building a better future and a more vibrant economy. I think we'd all agree that Congress cannot and should not force people to marry, become friends with their neighbors, or even join civic organizations or churches. We need to be both strategic and realistic about the policies that we pursue. When I was a child, both of my parents worked. For my father, his union job helped him to earn a higher wage, to earn protections at work, and belonging to a union is a source of social capital, and my family benefited from that. I benefited from that. My mother, on the other hand, didn't have a union job, and at one point her factory schedule was 3 weeks on, 1 day off, plus overtime nearly every day, for a wage that undervalued her work and undervalued her, leaving her with little time to spend building those networks. So as we prepare to hear about the role of social capital, about ways to help working families get into the middle class, to even have the time to make community connections and shore up social capital, it's important that we not lose sight of investing in people like my mother. Right now, the deck is stacked against some and in favor of others. Children of wealthier parents start with a leg up. Good schools are increasingly concentrated in high-income areas, leaving millions of our children behind. While a college education has long been thought of as the path to the American dream, that path is financially out of reach for far too many Americans. As Americans, we have a deep commitment to everyone getting a fair shot. To achieve that, government has a significant role to play. It must provide the essential building blocks, affordable child care and pre-K, quality K-12 education, comprehensive health care, and access to affordable post-secondary education. We can break the cycle of poverty by simultaneously providing programs and supports to parents and their children. The two-generation approach is evidence-based, it's data-driven, bipartisan policy with a history that works. I've seen the power of two-gen models in New Mexico with initiatives like the United Way's Early Learning Center in Santa Fe, which offers year-round, full-day services for children right next to technology, employment, and social service assistance for parents under one roof. Helping parents and children in these programs develop supportive networks is an important component of helping these families achieve success and building stronger communities. We must expand proven programs like the EITC and the Child Tax Credit that lift almost 10 million people out of poverty each year. We need universal pre-K starting at age 3. We have long known that investments in early education boost education outcomes and increase earnings. Government cannot and should not go it alone. In Gallup and Carlsbad, Silver City, and throughout New Mexico, it is the schools, the churches, the nonprofits, the businesses, the philanthropic groups that define the community. They are the community anchors, but government must provide the basics. Professor Small's research on Head Start attendance reminds us that limited, inexpensive interventions can have deeply meaningful impacts. His research found that when parents of Head Start students developed networks, attendance improved. Just one example, but we can learn two important things from this research. First, that social networks can strengthen an already effective program, and second, that without that government program, we wouldn't have the foundation on which to build. I look forward to your testimony.